Pull up a chair. In Ankara this week, seated next to President Erdogan, the President of the United States said, "I settled 8 wars. 8! And pay attention to where that number showed up, because it was not trivia. It came right before the asks. Buy the planes. Hit the spending target. Trust the next deal. The count is the credential, the proof that the dealmaker delivers. Well, an after-action review is exactly what a claim like that deserves, so we are going to walk the list one line at a time. The claim exactly as spoken. Quote, "I settled 8 wars." Short sentence, big ledger. Now, a settled war is a checkable thing. It needs a war that existed, a settlement that happened, and a peace that held. 3 boxes, every line. The fact-checkers walked all 8 entries against the record, and I am going to walk you through what they found, because the arithmetic of this one is something to see. Lines 1 and 2. The Egypt and Ethiopia standoff over the Nile Dam, and Serbia versus Kosovo. Both are on the list of settled wars. Neither one was a war. The dam fight is a bitter, decades-long dispute over water, serious as can be, and not a shooting war on any day of it. Serbia and Kosovo have spent years in tension, with no war between them to end. You cannot settle a war that never started. That is like logging rescues for people who were never in the water. 2 entries. Struck. Line 3. Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here a real war exists, and a real agreement got signed, the one the president cites. And then the fighting in eastern Congo kept right on going. The displaced families out there did not get an armistice. They got a headline. I will say this as plainly as I know how. A signature that does not stop the shooting is paperwork, not peace. The peace agreement is real. The peace is not. Entry 3. Asterisk the size of a province. Lines 4 and 5. And these 2 fail on their own terms. The Israel and Hamas ceasefire is on the list, while Israel has carried out near-daily attacks in Gaza straight through it. A ceasefire with daily fire is a word, not a condition. And the 2025 Israel-Iran conflict is counted as settled. In 2026, Israel struck Iran again, and this time the United States joined, flying missions in it. Think about what that means for the ledger. You cannot count a war as settled when you are currently in the sequel. A settlement that lasts until you join the next round was a pause, and calling it finished was the price of the boast. So run the honest tally. 8 claimed, 2 never existed, 1 never stopped, 2 broke on their own terms, one of them with our own aircraft in the follow-on fight. What survives is 3 at best, and every one of the 3 carries an asterisk. Now, the fair part, because an audit that cannot be fair cannot be trusted. Brokering even one durable peace is real work, and whether a president deserves credit for the survivors is a legitimate debate. This review is not about denying credit. It is about a count that graded itself 8 for 8 while the shooting continued inside it. Why does the number need to be 8? Because the count is doing jobs a 3 cannot do. 8 settled wars is the case for a Nobel Prize. 8 is the credential behind the NATO pressure campaign, the reason allies should buy the planes and trust the process. 8 is the sales record that makes the next promised deal sound like a sure thing. And we have watched this exact move before on this channel, on the recruiting numbers. A real accomplishment inflated into a record it never set because the true version was good but not round. The move only works while nobody audits the list. Consider it audited. And here is who lives in the gap between the number and the record. The families in eastern Congo, displaced by a war that is officially a closed file in that count. The people in Gaza, under near-daily strikes inside an officially counted ceasefire. They are not line items, they are the asterisks, and they are still under fire. And there is a second cost, quieter and closer to home. The man setting NATO's agenda either believes, or is asking you to believe, that conflicts still killing people are finished business. Wars that get declared over stop getting attention. And the gap between declared over and actually over is exactly where the next war starts. After action, straight. Did the president settle 8 wars? No. 2 were never wars, 1 never stopped, and 2 broke on their own terms, one of them restarting with American bombs in it. The honest count is 3, at best, with asterisks, and even that much peacemaking is worth something real, which is exactly why it did not need the inflation. A record that has to be padded is not a record, and a war that is still shooting is not settled, no matter what the podium says. Count the ceasefires that held, not the press releases that didn't. I'm Mark, and this is Pixel Politics.